Hello, hi there. My name is Thuso. I'm a singer-songwriter coming to you straight from the dusty streets, the original Kasi Alexandra, better known as Gomora. But you can call me Thuso or Sibini, that's what my stage name is. I am an independent artist who's got 2 singles behind her name. One was dropped 2 years ago called You Make Me Wanna, and the other one was dropped last year in August called Magnificat. The style of music that I do is I'm stuck between a gospel and a house style of music because I think, just like everybody else, we are people who live in a world and we believe as well. So my music really just kind of takes you through. It's basically about taking God to the club, basically. Yeah. So, and I'm currently working on a body of work, a 10-track album that I'm putting out titled Faith on the Flip Side. I'm absolutely excited about it because it's going to be jam-packed with nothing but great hits after hit after hit. So the music that I create is basically house music. I'm a lover of house music. I love everything and anything that's got to do with house music. But also, I love great lyrical content. So my music really is a cut between a dance beat, a house beat, with very Christian-inspired lyrical content. And people around me actually, and my following, have actually kind of named it gospel house. But I'm an artist that doesn't like to box themselves because my foundation is opera, my foundation is chorale, and I can pretty much do any style of music. But the style of music that I've chosen to record as an independent artist is house music with a very Christ and God-inspired Christian lyrical content. So, and the reason behind that really is that, growing up, I've always had issues with the way that God was taught to us as children. And a lot of the times as children, we actually don't get to choose the faith that we want to follow, and you only get to make that choice in your adulthood. And for the better part of it, I always thought, God was taught to us as this big guy that's in the sky that's just kind of waiting to judge you or waiting to tell you, don't do this, don't do that, and just waiting to punish you. And I thought to myself, this can't be right, because this is the same God that we're told is our friend, is the same God that we're told created us. So why would you create us if you want to kind of make us, punish us or make us suffer? So I think a lot of and the choice of genre is really just influenced by me wanting to experience God differently, and me actually wanting people to experience God as somebody that's among us. I mean, that's how we're taught, right? So my upcoming album is titled Faith on the Flip Side, and I think the title alone just kind of takes you already to what it really is about, And like I said earlier, I'm just trying to bring God to the club. If the church can't go to the club, then let's take the church to the club, right? So I'm really excited about it. It's a 10-track album, original stuff, like 100% original. I wrote it. I basically wrote every song on the album. Amazing, because I actually didn't know I was such a great writer. But it takes sitting with the right people and sitting with the right producers to actually unearth a little bit of the talent that we don't know that we have. And on the album, I've worked with a great producer. He's also an independent producer, a little bit of an unknown, but he's coming up, and definitely through my album, I think people will really get to know him. His name is Denzel Sindani, and I've also partnered with Blueprint Studios, who actually kind of work with some of the big names in South Africa, to produce also a part of my album. I've got a great percussionist on one of the songs called Kabelo. Kabelo is amazing. I mean, he just brings life to that song, and also I've got on one of the tracks, I've got Sihle the Star. That's also an upcoming female rapper that you must watch out for. She is incredible, and this album really is a great mix of as much as I'm aligned to the house genre, but also I've got a slow jam that's got Sihle Nyeleti on there coming in, spitting some bars. I've got 2 tracks that I'm super proud of, because I've got I've actually written them in my home language, which is Sipulana. And, you know, a lot of people don't know the language because it's unofficial in South Africa. But I'm kind of trying to put Mapulana on the map. I'm trying to make people know who we are. But most of all, my proudest thing about this album is that I'm actually putting it out as that girl from Alex, that girl from the hood, you know, fresh new talent to come out of Alex, fresh new female talent to come out of Alex. We haven't had that in a while, and I'm really hoping that, you know, if I can get my hood to kind of, if I can get everybody in my hood to be listening to my music as a starter, then I would have actually achieved what I wanted to do, because I really want to come out to the industry as Alexandra's freshest new house goddess, even, you know. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping to drop it beginning of December, because that is really the mood of the album. We're dancing, we're having fun, we're happy, we're jovial, you know. There's even a track on there that's almost like a wedding sort of song, you know, a kind of song that you can actually step to at a wedding and all of that, which actually speaks about the sacrament of marriage. But it really is dance, it's upbeat, it's fire, man, and I can't wait for my hood to hear it, first of all, and I can't wait for South Africa to hear it. But really, the one thing I really want to achieve with this album is to make Alexandra proud and to show people that, listen, Alex has got mad talent that needs to be unearthed, and if I can be one of those unearthed talents in Alex, then I would have really achieved what I want to achieve with the album. So growing up in Alex, you get to see and experience a lot of things, because Alex itself is such a diverse township and it's full of people from all walks of life, and that's really where I draw my inspiration from. But musically, you know, I was very inspired by your Brenda Fassie's, your Lebo Matosas growing up, and I always saw myself on that stage with her, you know, as a young girl. But for my own music, really, that's, you know, Alex as my hood is where I draw my inspiration from, because so many people of faith are gathered in one township, different denominations of Christianity, but you know, we all come together in the spirit of family, in the spirit of oneness. And yeah, I mean, you know, if anyone has ever been to Alex, you'll probably testify that, you know, it's one of the most chilled and most, you know, laid back hoods, you know, that I've ever known, you know. Yeah, so pretty much the streets of Alex is what inspires me day by day. You know, the busyness of the streets, everything that you can possibly find in Alex is an inspiration for me, and I draw inspiration from it. And in a lot of my music, you will actually kind of see that come through, because it's such a diverse album. It's such a colorful album. There's a little bit of everything, you know, much like Alexandra the Township. You know, there's a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of everyone. So yeah, that's my main inspiration. But also I draw inspiration from God himself. I think, you know, it's so important to have a personal relationship. You know, me personally, it's so important for me to have a personal relationship with God and kind of move away from what I was taught God to be as a child, because like I said earlier, you know, I always had issues with the way he was taught to us. So that's my two main sources of inspiration. Of course, you know, my lovely husband and my daughter, and just friends and family. Everything around me inspires me, honestly. I can't pin it on one thing. You know, we draw inspiration from each other all the time. We draw inspiration from things around us all the time. So yeah, I'm reachable on social media. On Facebook, I am Thuso Mojadau. Twitter and Instagram, Thuso_wasibini. And also you can find me on YouTube. You can just click, subscribe, Thuso wasibini. And yeah, I'm looking forward to you guys hearing the album. I cannot wait for you to hear it. Yeah, go out and buy it. It will be available on all the digital stores. And also we are making physical copies for people to buy. So hit me up on my socials if you want a physical copy, or go and download it on the digital platforms.